The Ladies Ball podcast is in partnership with the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame in Knoxville, Tennessee. The Road to Knoxville features over 400 girls basketball teams ranging from 4th to 12th grade, competing in bracketed play across the country at 7 regional events for the chance to compete at the national championship. We will be dissecting women's basketball by talking to players, coaches, advocates, and promoters in the game, and the who's who in hoops. Get the 411 as we take you with us on the road to Knoxville.
See you. Nice to meet you finally.
Yes. Oh my gosh, we've had so many good conversations on the phone and texts, and so I cannot wait to get this conversation going.
Yes. I can't wait to meet you guys in person and finally get to the Ladies Ball. I know it's going to be a crazy event this year.
It is. All right. Well, let's start off with your inspiring story. What a story you have. Let's dive into that before we talk about your team. Tell me a little bit about little Chris and his love of sports growing up.
So my family has a few pro athletes and they're like pro soccer players. So my love for sports started off literally probably at before I can remember. I had a ball in my hand. Every picture you see, I have a ball in my hand. So from a small child, I started playing traveling ball. Like when I was like 4 to 6 years old, I really started early and I was playing up early. So I've been traveling the country since a little kid. And that like really gave me like the love for traveling sports and just seeing like what it could do for you. And ever since then, I just been like a die hard basketball, football, soccer. Anytime I could get outside, I would play sports. And now, like, I'm still, still, even at this old age, I'm getting out there on the soccer field, still hurting myself every Wednesday. So, I really love like my journey. And now I'm trying to do the same thing with the younger youth around me.
Yeah. So what was it like to play semi-pro sports?
So getting into it, it was, I would say like almost the same as travel. So I would say traveling sports is like the hardest circuit that you can play. And now, as you're seeing how big it's growing, like all of the elite players were in travel. So you're honestly playing the pros in travel. And then when you come back home, when you're playing in hometown, it's like youth sports, even when you play in high school. So like playing semi-pro was a very good experience, but I was so young that the men were so much bigger than me, and trying to do it at such a young age is how I got hurt. And that's when I tore my ACL and my MCL. And ever since then, that's when I started making music and traveling the country doing music. And I think I jumped in too early. My ego was too big, and that's how I got myself hurt. I thought I was Pelé at like 12 years old. I thought I was the greatest ever. So you couldn't tell me nothing.
But I love how much that theme of loving to travel has been truly consistent in your life. After
Yes.
soccer, you did turn to music and actually being on the road for music. What was that experience like?
I That's one of the best experiences of my life. So even still now, like music is like my first, like soccer was my first love, and then music is my main love. I can honestly say that without music, I wouldn't be the person I am today. And you can have the craziest nights, you can have fun nights, you even have bad nights, but it taught me how to be consistently chasing a goal, how to really maintain myself all on my own, and how to create from nothing and make it be something huge. I honestly, I'm not done with the music right now. The girls have had a hold on me. I was on tour, and that's when I came home. I was on tour with 2 Chainz DJ Sud, and then when I came home, that's when I seen my daughters losing all their games in summer league. When I had a chance to come home, we were the Bad News Bears. So I was like, no, we can't. I can't have my daughter out there not scoring 2 points. And ever since then, we just been going full speed, and I haven't stopped since.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, one second. Sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. I told you anytime you cough, you'll be okay.
All right, gonna pick up there. All right, the Bad News Bears being a theme there.
Yes.
They didn't win any games, you said, at all. How
No.
frustrating was that as a father to watch that?
So that's how I became the coach. And so I was the dad in the stands yelling every game, pass the ball, do this, rebound, do this, oh, put them in the zone, do this, do this. So eventually the parents see me yelling so much, they were like, why don't you be the coach? And I was like, I don't know if I have time. And eventually it went from my two daughters to four, from four to eight to now we're at 22, and I next year we'll be at 40. So it's I can't I can't stop now.
Yeah, and how do you balance all of this? Like you said, you are still a full-time musician. You have
Hmm.
6 children, so you have a team of your own, plus the sixth man coming off the bench or woman.
Yes, yeah,
And you have your own clothing line. I mean,
yeah.
how do you keep all of this in check?
God, that's the only way, honestly. Having a planner, making sure you stick to the schedule every day, making sure I wake up very, very early. Even if I want to sleep, make sure I'm up at 7 and moving, or else my day gets cluttered with so many things. Even like now, when I leave the podcast, I have to go straight to practice. And from practice, then I'll be at the studio. And from the studio, I have to go check on the store. And it's just an everyday process now, to the point where I'm actually used to it. If I'm not busy, then I go crazy.
I cannot relate to that. All right.
Yes.
Well, tell us a little bit about your clothing line.
So my clothing line is called Heartbreak Academy. And it started off about 4 years ago, where I started to want to make high fashion, high affordable fashion for inner city youth kids that can't buy like the Gucci's or the Pradas or the things that they see on Instagram because they can't afford them. So I said, why don't I make a clothing line and make sure that I make it popular enough where everybody will want it, but then I make it affordable enough where everybody can wear it. So right now we're doing really good, and I plan on expanding to a few more cities. My next city to go to is Las Vegas, and then I'll have a store out there. But right now I have 2 stores in Wisconsin, and they're doing really good. I'm like one of the biggest clothing lines here, so I can't wait to preview it to the world and get it out to the world more. Hopefully do something with the ladies ball. And I make like sports apparel too. Like, so the shirts that I have on like right now for our basketball team, like I make all our uniforms and do all the sports apparel and stuff like that too. So when I talk to Richard a little more, hopefully I can get my hands on something and get something to you guys too.
Yeah, I love that. That's
Hmm.
great. Okay,
Hmm.
well, we've talked about you really enjoying coaching girls and the
Yes,
explosion of women's sports. What does
yes.
it mean to have daughters that can see that there's more of an emphasis being placed on women's sports?
Yes. So, like we are all watching the rise of women basketball, and like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have just put a spotlight on everything that is beautiful about women's basketball. And then for my daughters to be able to watch the screen and idolize something, and then have them go and study and watch all of these girls that came before her. Like one of my favorite players were Ivory Lotta. Like she was just like amazing to be so small and go win the NCAA championship. It was amazing. So now to let them see the people that came before them and what it is now and what their future can possibly be, and then be able to build that, is like one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had in my life. And I thought music and traveling the world and making money was amazing, but there's no greater feeling than like putting your hands on the youth and being able to mold them, then watch them blossom into something so beautiful.
Yeah, and you went from coaching a team that had no wins to a record
Yes.
86-4 when you took
Yeah.
over. What
Yes.
has been in your secret sauce to build such a great team?
I think I don't treat them like they're just women. I don't treat them like your girls. I don't treat them like, oh, we're just going to go out here and play girls basketball. No, we're going to go out here and play the best basketball that somebody's ever seen. Doesn't matter if you're a girl, doesn't matter if they're a boy. We could beat the boys too. We play boys too. So I want them to just gear up to know that you can do the impossible if you really put your mind to it. And we come from a small city where it is the impossible sometimes, the things that these girls are chasing. So I have just installed it early. I asked the girls what was your dream? What do you want to be when you grow up? And I thought like they'll be like, I want to be a TikTok influencer. I want to, be a doctor or a nurse. And I went down the line, and every girl had a different college. And I want to go to Duke. I want to go to North Carolina. I want to go to South Carolina. I want to go here. And when they told me their dream, I know how, me being a semi-pro player, I know how much it takes to really even touch the floor. And I was just on the tryout team, and I know what it takes to just gear your body up to level and go every single day and make that your life. And I don't let them train like it isn't, like they're already not D1 players now. So every day we practice 5 times a week. We play every weekend. We are literally going 365 a year.
Yeah, and you and I have had some really good conversations about mindset. And
Yes.
travel ball is so competitive, really requires these kids to have a strong mindset.
Yeah.
What do you share and teach your team about being mentally tough in that regard?
So honestly, right now, this is crazy that you even asked that question, because right now we're going through like where the pressure is on in the last 2 minutes, because a lot of our games come down to 1, 2 point games, and where the pressure that last 30 seconds is everything. So I've been doing like a lot of meditation with my girls, like just teaching them how to free your mind and that there isn't any pressure. The only pressure that somebody can put on you is yourself. And I don't care about mistakes, because we all make them. It's how you make up from the mistakes. And that's all that I care about. And that's like life, honestly. You make a million mistakes, but as long as you know how to make up from them and learn the lessons, then we'll always get better the next game.
Yeah, and I love that you teach it, so to your players so young, because we're seeing the Olympics, and it's been such a great visual, I think, to see like Simone Biles in that yoga pose, right, where she's
Yeah, yeah,
focusing and her talking about mental health, and all these athletes are finally talking about mental health. When you and
yeah.
I were growing up, it was kind of like, don't talk about it, don't complain,
No,
right? Just like tough it
yeah.
out and suck it up. So,
Yeah, yes. And I noticed that even in my career, people don't understand the pressure that it puts on you when you're the athlete of the family, or you're the one that honestly possibly might be the one that can change things, and how people try to live their dreams through you sometimes, so much that there's so much pressure that you're just kind of turned into a tool, and you feel it sometimes as a child. And I was that child. And I don't want the girls to ever feel like that. I want them to know that, yes, we are a tool. And if you can't be used, sometimes you're useless. You just never let anybody misuse you. But you have to work so hard in life, period. Even when you put the ball down, you will still have to work just as hard off the court as you will in life. So I do not let them make excuses. I don't let them short themselves. We just really work hard at their goals. So I can try to like, we started at 5th grade. We're now going into high school. So I have at least 4 more years to 6 more years, because I have some younger ones. And I plan on being there when they all sign those papers, and being able to let them know, like, you'll always have somebody that cares about you, and always have a phone to call if you get too stressed, because I know the life of an athlete is stressful, trying to feed yourself, waking up at 6 o'clock practices, 3 o'clock practices, 9 o'clock practices. Like, you guys are like machines. So I just want them to know that they have a safe place too. Like, some athletes don't have that at all.
mm-hmm. And when I was playing and playing for LSU, even
Mhm.
growing up before all of that, like the coaches that I had that most made the most impact for me were the coaches that had really been like you, that had been like they had gone through it. They had had the experiences, right? They had dealt with
Mhm.
the press, or they had dealt with injury, or they had dealt with, people that used them, or,
Yeah.
people that were taking advantage. And I just think, the women that are playing today have such strong coaches like yourself, who come to the game better prepared mentally to also prepare them better mentally. Do you think, though, at their young age, they understand that and they get that?
I think that they don't understand it yet. I honestly think that sometimes they think I'm still like a parent sometimes, and I might be guiding them for like they don't understand what I'm prepping them for. But I know, like, even like our parents, those days when you're all alone and everything clicks. And I pray that one day everything that I'm saying and everything that I'm doing, like when they are all alone, that it clicks, that they still meditate, that they still take deep breaths, that they still learn that their emotions are even stronger than than you with the basketball. People are watching your every action, and just the things that I teach them, I hope it goes with them forever in life.
Mhm. I love that. That's so great. Wow, I want to play for you. Let's go. All right, well, let's get to the meat and potatoes of your team. You've got some
Yeah,
strong players. Let's
yeah.
discuss the top five or so, like one by one, and talk about what they bring to the table in terms of personality, mindset, defense, offensive style. So,
Yes.
who do you want to start off with first?
I'm gonna highlight three players, and I actually know that people actually don't do it, but like I told you when we talked on the phone, me and my players are like family, so I literally have them anytime. They always over here or together. So I'm gonna highlight three players, and then I'm gonna let you talk to two of my main players. And three of the players that I would like to highlight from my younger team, I would like to highlight um Aklima Gardner, who is our point guard. She is a sixth grader going to the seventh grade. And when I tell you she plays like Kyrie Irving himself, this little girl is amazing. And as we were talking about it, that's like one of the biggest things that I have to build with her. She's skilled. She can score 30, 40 points in a game, but her confidence is just something that I have to gradually build and build and build. And as she gets the confidence more and more, you just see a star blossoming out of her. And she's for any school, it doesn't matter anywhere in the country. She'll be a great distributor. She's a great facilitator. She can shoot and give you 20, 30. She can give you 10 assists. She's so small, but she'll go scrappy and get you 5, 6 steals and 4 rebounds. I actually like really love her as a player. And another great player that we have on the sixth grade, I would highlight Messiah Banks. Messiah Banks is our Dennis Rodman and Draymond Green. She does all of the dirty work. She is a 94-foot defender. She will guard you all game for 90. I've never seen nobody with an engine like that ever in life. Like she needs to run track or something. Like seriously, her energy is crazy. And any like I said, any school, if you need a defender, watch out for Messiah Banks. She will be a great defender to come. And then I'll highlight one of our bigs, and it's crazy that this is only a year and a half into her traveling career. Her name is Savannah Young, and she is growing and developing so fast. So my daughter is on the smaller team too, Mackenzie McMillan, and she came in around the time my daughter really started scoring. And ever since we got Savannah, we don't have to worry about rebounds. She's down there, she's long, she's gonna grab everything that comes her way. She's gonna fight, sweat, and it's crazy to see a girl come around in 365 days and go from never dribbling the ball to now can handle the ball, can score, can shoot the three, can do everything. So I really want to see her blossom in the next upcoming years. And the two players I have for you to talk to, I know, guarantee you that these two girls will be on TV one day. Like there's nothing. Only thing that could stop them is their self. Lanaya Hamilton and my daughter Maya McMillan. So they are both now. One of them is going into the high school. My daughter is going into the eighth grade, and they both play varsity basketball. So they're already playing high school at the highest level, and they are like the stars already. And Lanaya is the point guard. Maya is the small forward, and one of the best backcourts that I've seen in a long time. And especially from where we come from, they will be like two of the biggest highlight players we see for a long time. So I'm gonna let them come over here and let you ask them a few questions, and they can tell you a little bit about themselves. So, Maya and Lanaya, talk for a second.
Come on over, ladies.
Also, nerd. What I tell you about the confidence, that's what they have to work on.
How are you ladies doing?
Good.
Good. All right. Why don't you each introduce yourself, talk about your game, what makes you so good, and what is your best like song that's pumping you up right now, or your best phrase that's pumping you up right now?
Well, my name is Lanaya Hamilton. I feel like my game, like I'm like really aggressive and like I don't know, like when my family comes support me in my games, that make me like have a better game because I feel like them in my ear geeking my head up, like really give me my game going on. And I don't really got like a favorite song or a phrase, but my brother really like inspired me to have like good games and stuff. My brother from my Hamilton, he go to the St. Catherine's High School. He playing
Yeah.
Power Five.
How do you warm up for the game?
How do you
Do you have like a ritual you do or anything like that? Do you have a certain pair of shoes you wear?
Oh, we got like team shoes. We wear Adidas, Anthony Edwards, and we got like warm up before every game.
Nice. All right. Like you like to be like mean underneath the basket?
Oh, I can.
Tell her about your last tournament.
I could do anything like. I feel like if I put my mind to it, I could do whatever. Like our last tournament, we was demolishing them girls. We was threes. We was cooking them under the bucket, taking everybody to the rack. I feel like, in my mind, I feel like nobody, like I'm my own competition. Nobody.
I like that. Who's your favorite player?
Injuries or page backers.
Nice. All right, Maya.
Hi, my name is Maya. I feel like my game's different. I don't let nobody really get in my head, even with my dad yelling at me. What?
That's good. That's hard, right? When you have a parent like that, but it's good too.
Yeah. I don't really got no song or phrase, but like my dad just be telling us to keep our confidence up, even when you mess up and stuff like that, and don't let it get in your head.
That's good. Do you have a favorite player?
Probably Gigi. She's like on the overtime select right now for the girls.
Okay. Yeah. Do you feel like your game's like hers?
Kinda.
Okay. What's your favorite part of playing basketball?
Probably like you get to meet new people, people that you probably won't know for the rest of your life, and like just the fun. You like go out of town, go play, like go fun places with people, stuff like that.
What's your favorite place that you've been?
Um, probably Nebraska.
Yeah. What did you like about it?
It was a fun like tournament. Our games was intense, and yeah, like supporting our little girls. Oh yeah, like supporting them is fun.
And do you feel pressure because your record's so high and it's so good? Do you feel a lot of pressure to keep it up there?
Not really, but like when we lose tournaments, it's like kind of we think about like how it's gonna mess up our record because our record was so good last year.
Mm-hmm. But it's more, do you like to, you have fun though out on the court, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many kids are on your team?
We only have like 20 players, I think.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And did you guys go to Virginia last year? Did you go to Virginia Beach?
No, it was the year before.
We went the year before.
Okay. Do you remember that? Did you have a good time?
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay, cool. All right, ladies. Well, thanks so much for coming on. You were both fantastic.
You're welcome.
I love that confidence. That's so great.
I told you, those are the two leaders of the team.
Yes, you
For
can
sure.
definitely tell. Oh, they're
Yeah,
precious.
definitely.
That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So you went to Virginia Beach a couple years ago, and
Two
2 years ago,
last year.
and you've been with ladies ball for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What has your experience been like with the ladies ball?
Well, last year we came to Indianapolis, and I have one of the best experiences at the ladies' ball. So, we play a lot of high-end tournaments, and in the high-end tournaments, you end up paying a lot of money for the high-end tournaments, and some of them you pay so much money for and you want to actually feel like you got something at the end of the tournament. And some of them you just come and you get a plaque and you just get a trophy. We have a million of those. So it was like, when I finally joined the ladies ball, it's like we're actually chasing something that can leave a legacy and you can leave your imprint on the basketball forever. And that right there made everything special for me. That right there made it like when we lost, it was like it actually hurt, like for real. Like I actually cried. So like it was like that's one of the tournaments that you want to win, and you actually train all year to be at this event. So yeah, it's nice to go to these top 100 events, and yes, that is the goal for us to get them in front of the college coaches and to make sure that they're seen. But at the end of the day, as a coach, you want to be able to give them something early that's forever, like last a lifetime. And how you guys are giving us a chance to memorialize ourselves in the Women's Hall of Fame. I don't think there's anything better than that, to be a kid and chase actually going to Knoxville, and especially what they're doing now. Like I talked to Richard just not too long ago, and he said now they'll be flying out not only the coaches, but they're flying out the family members and the kids from the team. So they're all coming to Knoxville for a huge induction. And that right there, I mean, what else? Life is all about memories. What better memory do you want than getting inducted to the Women's Hall of Fame?
Oh, absolutely. Rich and Kate McGinnis, who own the ladies ball, are the nicest people. They're so caring, and that shines through with every tournament that they're at and all of the team that they're with them. And I'm excited to go to Knoxville. I've never been to the Hall of Fame, the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. I've actually been to Knoxville to play against Tennessee when Pat Summitt was so good. We beat Tennessee twice. Unfortunately, they beat us the rest of the time. But my coach that I had, Sue Gunner, is actually in the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. So it'll be nice to see her picture hanging on the wall.
Yes,
So I'm really excited to go as well. So,
yes,
um,
yes.
I want to end on how can people get a hold of you if they want to play in the ladies ball event in the Midwest or try out for your team?
Yes. So we will have tryouts coming up in August. I will be having it blasted out on all social media platforms and making sure like a lot of people can see it. So if you see a flyer that says Wisconsin Elite with Chris McMillan on it, make sure you call that number. And also, if you are a high caliber team, if you think your girls are the best and you want them to play in the best tournament in the country, make sure you call Chris McMillan at 262-977-0131. I answer 24/7. I barely sleep, so there's not a time that I won't call you back. If you have a girl team anywhere in the country, it doesn't matter where you guys are from, and you are looking for higher caliber teams to give your team some competition, the Ladies Ball Championship is the tournament for you to be at this year. I promise you, it will be worth every dollar. It'll be worth every second. I can't wait to get back to the parents 3-point contest because I lost last year, and ain't no dad beating me this year. I've been practicing all year so I could come and win. So we've been all rating and revving ups and gearing up to come back. We can't wait for it.
Okay, yeah, I need to buy a tee or a hoodie from you that has,
Oh, don't worry.
face
I'm
on
gonna
it to
give
cheer
you
you on.
something anyway. Don't worry. For you doing this for me, I'll have gifts for everybody. Don't worry.
Well, I'll be cheering you on that contest for sure. All
Okay.
right. Thanks, Coach.
No problem. Nice to meet you, and I hope to see you soon.
Okay. All right. Thanks,
All
Coach.
right. Yep. Have a great day.
You too. All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Be sure to follow us on all of our socials at Call to the Ball Pod and at Call to the Ball as we get rocking on the road to Knoxville. We're just getting started.
Make sure to follow the Ladies Ball podcast at Call to the Ball Pod for the latest on the road to Knoxville. Tell all your friends and support women's hoops as we grow. We are stronger together. All roads lead to Knoxville.